afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4 on this Tuesday. Another nice day today.
I know, savoring all of this weather.
We have one more. Well, we'll get to the weather in just a minute.
I took advantage. I put my lights up. I haven't turned them on, but I did put them up.
Well, that's smart. Yeah. Because it's easier now when it's warm out.
Things are going to change soon.
You're not plugging them in. It's an annual struggle around here. All right, typing our news today, hundreds of students chose to not show up at Madison East today. Many worry about safety after a violent start to the week there. We're live with the changes in place.
Aaron Rodgers is talking again, this time with a very different tone. We'll hear from the MVP after all of the backlash that his first comments generated.
And the Kyle Rittenhouse trial shifted today from prosecution to defense, but not before one more key witness. Taking a look outside, as we mentioned, very nice today. I have these turkeys in my backyard every day.
Well, they better run for it. There are a lot of them around, though, right now.
Everywhere.
Yeah, they are everywhere.
And the dogs go nuts. Actually, the dogs chase them. I thought the birds would go after the dogs, but they didn't.
Oh, but your dogs are fast. They better run.
One more mild day, then ... Julian's in the backyard. Enjoying today.
That's right. Enjoy today because we're still dealing with a bit more milder temperatures, especially around this time of year, and a beautiful sunrise for us as we're heading into the rest of our evening. But as of right now, as we take a look at our current conditions, we are going to be seeing some switches as we go into the later part of this week. But for right now, really enjoy it. 55 degrees. A few clouds are lingering as we're getting into the rest of this evening, but we're still looking at some sunshine as we're seeing that sun set for us going into tonight. Now, just to see how unseasonably warm we have been. Well, normally we're around 48 degrees around this time of year, and today we hit a high of 59 degrees. That's just a little bit of a taste of these unseasonably warm temperatures that we've been having. Even though the overnight low from earlier this morning was about 42 degrees, we are going to be seeing to get back to track as we go into tonight. But until we get there, our temperatures in southern Wisconsin still dealing with those middle and lower 50s. And some areas, especially to the west, are into a bit of those middle and upper 50s. We're seeing a couple 58-degree temperatures for us as we're going into tonight. Wind speeds a bit on the light to close to breezy side between Madison and towards the southern regions as well from Monroe, with 13 miles per hour winds. But as we see for the next few hours, those temperatures will start to drop as we get into those 30s, because tonight we're going to be getting back to more of the seasonably cold conditions, around 30 degrees as we roll into for tonight to be our low. Taking a look at our traffic, however, along the Beltline, we can see a bit of the green, but still some slow spots around the Beltline. And for the interstates, still looking green as of right now as well. And that's going to do it for traffic, but we'll talk more about the changes that are coming for the back end of this week in a few moments. Let's toss it back inside to you guys.
All right, Julian, thank you. We'll see you in a few minutes. Police still are not allowed inside Madison schools, but you could see them outside Madison East High School today.
Big fights that led to injuries and citations yesterday, coupled with rumors of more violence swirling on social media, led to MPD's presence.
The district made the decision today out of an abundance of caution. Our Brad Hamilton spoke with students outside Madison East today. That's where he is right now. Brad?
Mark and Susan, it was a lot quieter at school today because we just found out from the school district that over 600 students did not show up. More than half of those were unexcused. Now, when we did arrive here around 11:30 today, you saw a number of Madison police officers patrolling the outskirts of East High. This, as yesterday, multiple fights broke out around that lunchtime. And again, this is what we heard from MPD Chief Barnes yesterday. He said that officers used pepper spray to break up several fights when officers were injured. Now, 5 students ended up in the hospital after being pepper sprayed, and 2 students were cited, but neither was arrested. And it is clear from talking with students today that they are concerned about their own safety and are fed up with the violence.
It's annoying. Like, you come to school and you try to go and finish school, but then you got everybody distracting you to, like, where the point your school's on the lockout. So I came here to get my education, not be locked out every other day.
Now, again, the school district says that they planned these extra safety cautions out of abundance of caution due to rumors of violence circulating on social media. And a school official did say that they didn't hear of anything today that was actually targeted specifically at the school. And coming up at 5, we will continue our coverage here at East High. Reporting in Madison tonight, Brad Hamilton, News 3 Now.
Brad, we'll see you at 5. Thank you. Aaron Rodgers returned to a radio talk show today just 4 days after he created national headlines about his stance on the COVID vaccine.
Today, he apologized to those who felt he provided misleading information about the vaccine. On the Pat McAfee show, Rogers says this is the last time he will speak publicly on the issue. He offered some contrition, but he also maintained that he was doing what his doctors determined was the best course of action for him.
I do realize that I am a role model to a lot of people. And so I just want to start off this show by acknowledging that, I made some comments that people might have felt were misleading. And, to anybody who felt misled by those comments, I take full responsibility for those comments.
Packers head coach Matt LaFleur has said that Rodgers will start Sunday's game against former Badger quarterback Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks if he's cleared to return. Rodgers is eligible to return to the facility on Saturday.
Investigators in Houston are trying to figure out how a Travis Scott concert turned into a deadly stampede.
A 56-page event operations plan for the Astroworld Music Festival included protocols for things like an active shooter and severe weather, but made no mention of what to do in the event of a crowd surge.
CBS's Lila Luciano in Houston, where families are demanding answers.
Investigators are combing the site of a deadly concert crush at the Astroworld Music Festival. Rapper Travis Scott was performing Friday night when chaos erupted, killing 8 people and wounding many more, including a 9-year-old boy described as having life-threatening injuries. His family filed a lawsuit, one of many alleging ground staff did not do enough to prevent or stop the mayhem.
The show must go on, but the show must go on doesn't mean people got to die at your show.
Houston attorney Rick Ramos represents more than 30 victims. He says Scott and the event's holders should have foreseen this tragedy after a similar crowd rush in 2019. Video from Friday shows Scott did pause briefly to get help.
We need somebody to help him. Somebody passed out right here.
But then carried on, and according to Ramos, made things even worse.
After seeing the dead bodies right in front of him, he turned around to the crowd and said, "Everybody put your middle finger up."
Out here in front of Energy Park, people continue bringing candles, flowers, stuffed animals, and even some sneakers with messages written on them for the victims. Houston's mayor says the families are entitled to answers, and he's vowing a top-to-bottom investigation into the promoter, the park, and whether safety measures were followed.
It is about providing accountability from the beginning to the end.
Scott says he's cooperating with authorities and has offered to pay for the victims' funerals. Lilia Luciano, CBS News, Houston.
Well, House lawmakers investigating the January 6th assault on the U.S. Capitol want to hear from more people linked to former President Donald Trump. The House committee has subpoenaed several top-level members of the 2020 Trump re-election campaign. They include former campaign manager Bill Stepien, senior advisor Jason Miller, and executive assistant Angela McCallum. Former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn was also subpoenaed, in addition to Bernard Kirk, an associate of Rudy Giuliani. Congressman Adam Schiff, who sits on the panel, has said anyone who defies subpoenas could face severe consequences.
Whatever penalties are necessary to ensure compliance. Depends on the person, but it could mean jail time, yes.
There is a separate legal fight launched by the former president over White House records leading up to January 6th. The former president has sued to keep them private, citing executive privilege. If a federal judge does not step in, the records could be released later this week.
The Justice Department has asked a federal judge to allow its vaccine requirement rule for employers to go forward after a temporary halt was issued. The rule mandates employers with 100 or more workers to implement a vaccine requirement or regular testing starting in January. In the filing, the Justice Department argues not allowing the rule would, quote, likely cost dozens or even hundreds of lives per day, in addition to large numbers of hospitalizations, other serious health effects, and tremendous costs.
These are policies that are protecting workforces and avoiding disruptions related to employees getting sick with COVID.
It comes as vaccine manufacturer Pfizer has asked the FDA to grant emergency use authorization for its booster shots for all adults. More than 24 states have challenged the Biden administration rule.
Today was the first day that 5 to 11-year-olds could go to the Alliant Energy Center to get their vaccines. They were getting about 250 appointments per day before those kids were approved for their vaccinations, but now the center can do 400 pediatric appointments per day. In addition to those 400, they estimate that another 200 people come in every day for boosters. This is not a walk-in facility, so if you want to get your shot at Alliant, you have to make an appointment online with Public Health Dane County.
Prosecutors rested their case today against Kyle Rittenhouse after 5.5 days of testimony. Prosecutors worked to portray Rittenhouse as the instigator in the shootings that left 2 men dead and a 3rd wounded during street protests in Kenosha. One of the final prosecution witnesses today was a forensic pathologist who analyzed drone video just obtained by the prosecution last week. It gives jurors their first glimpse of Rittenhouse shooting Joseph Rosenbaum.
Well, as I said, this is a close range injury, so his hand is in close proximity or in contact with the end of that rifle.
Prosecutors used extensive video and witnesses, including 2 former military veterans who were on the streets alongside Rittenhouse.
The Wisconsin Air National Guard has fired a high-ranking servicewoman from her duties as commander of Volk Field Air National Guard Base. They say they have, quote, lost confidence in her ability to command. Colonel Leslie Zizda Martin yesterday was relieved of her duties, the Guard citing investigations that have revealed issues of alleged misconduct and concerning work environments. She took over as commander at Volk Field just over a year ago. Lieutenant Colonel Tom Bauer, who serves as vice commander at the base, will serve as interim commander until a new one is chosen.
An assembly committee held a public hearing today on a bill that would enable the state to help the transfer of K-12 students to another school if they or their parents don't like the school's COVID rules. Under the bill, if a student is eligible to transfer schools and is accepted, then the Department of Public Instruction must make a payment to the new school on behalf of the student. That payment is approximately $8,000 for students without a disability and $13,000 for those with.
Wisconsin students and parents deserve to be taught in a way that allows them to flourish.
If passed, students would only be eligible to transfer until the end of the 2022-23 school year. Well, you've probably heard of those tiny homes, the relatively new phenomenon of building small houses.
But here's one from 50 years ago, constructed long before the current trend. This 251-square-foot home built in 1971 in suburban Boston went viral when it hit the market in September. That's because the seller wanted $449,000 for it. The problem was city assessors pegged its value at $283,000, and buyers interested in paying more couldn't find lenders willing to finance the property. The home finally sold November 1st for cash, $315,000.
Wow.
251 square feet.
Oh, wow. That is something.
It's Boston, I guess.
Yeah.
There's still more to come at 4. Winter's longer nights can trigger SAD in some people.
It's a very real thing, but there are ways to combat seasonal affective disorder. Boy, look at that shot. Is that a live picture?
I think so.
That is just beautiful. Psychologist Shyla Mergain will join us when Live at 4 continues.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
It's time to choose a Medicare plan. So why not choose a 5-star Medicare Advantage HMO plan from Quartz? Starting as low as $0 per month, including medical, hospital, and prescriptions, and dental, vision, and hearing aid benefits. Learn more. Call us today to find a plan that fits your budget and your lifestyle. Quartz offers the region's top-rated Medicare Advantage plans, and they're now even more exciting. New for 2022, the Quartz Cash Card gives you the freedom to spend up to $460 annually on a variety of health-related products and services. And Quartz gives you access to an all-star team of high-quality providers, featuring UW Health, giving you the 5-star treatment you deserve. Because at Quartz, you're the star of our 5-star Medicare Advantage plans. Don't wait. Call now to get plan details from Quartz or speak with one of our enrollment specialists today.
Important healthcare announcement. If people tell you your TV is too loud, or if listening in some environments has become difficult, we are requesting your participation in a special program called the 30-Day Challenge. Hearing Life Hearing Centers are seeking people with hearing difficulties to evaluate a new digital mini hearing aid now being released. To take part in this event, you must call. Please get a pencil and write down the number below. All people with hearing aids or hearing difficulties are wanted to take part in the 30-Day Challenge, evaluating a new high-tech device that sits discreetly behind your ear. This hearing aid is Bluetooth enabled and is rechargeable. All hearing assessments are performed at no charge for those taking part in the challenge. Participants will try these hearing aids for 30 days. Call the number below and take the Hearing Life 30-Day Challenge.
Are you sick of the areas of your home being cold in the winter or hot in the summer? Your house is a complete system of components that need to work together, similar to the human body. Just like us, your home needs to breathe too. If we're letting our home breathe fresh air, we'll be healthier and regulate our temperature better. Wouldn't it be great if we could show you all the areas needing improvement in just minutes without tearing the house apart? That is what our thermal imaging does for you. It will show the temperature differences and areas of air exchange. Then you'll know what areas need to be improved. Just like going to the doctor, except these doctors do house calls. This will also help in preventing the entrance of harmful pollutants inside your house. You can now easily bring down the energy bills and have a durable and safe home environment with Fry Construction. Visit fryconstruction.com to schedule your free professional house call with a thermal imaging and insulation specialist.
Welcome back. One of Apple's first computers could sell for more than $500,000 at auction.
John Moran Auctioneers is overseeing the sale of an Apple I computer today. The auction house says it's one of the few surviving computers from Apple's first ever model. Steve Wozniak and Steve Jobs created it in Jobs' family garage between 1976 and 1977. Only 200 of them were made, and 175 of them have already been sold.
It's made out of wood.
Yeah.
All right. The Department of Homeland Security is expected to warn medical facilities to update certain software. It comes after researchers discovered a vulnerability that could allow hackers to access medical devices. Those include patients' monitors as well as some anesthesia, ultrasound, and x-ray machines. The affected software is called the Nucleus Real-Time Operating System, and it's owned by Siemens. The company has issued updates to fix the vulnerabilities.
Macy's is raising its wages. The company announced today it is boosting minimum pay to $15 an hour by next May. The move is an effort to attract and retain employees during the worker shortage. Macy's is also launching a tuition benefit program. Several other companies like Walmart and Target have similar programs.
General Electric is breaking up. The industrial conglomerate is planning to form 3 separate companies that will focus separately on aviation, healthcare, and energy. The spinoffs are expected in 2023 and 24. GE has struggled with massive debt in the last few years. In 2018, the company sold off assets and restructured. They even got rid of their iconic light bulb unit, which had been central to GE since Thomas Edison founded the company in 1892.
Higher inflation is causing prices to surge for everything from homes to cars to lumber. Another thing that's surging is debt, which is now at record levels. American households owe more than ever before. more. The Federal Reserve Bank of New York says U.S. household debt climbed to a new record of $15.4 trillion between July and September.
Investors on Wall Street took a pause today after a record rally. The Dow Industrials gave up 112 points, closing at 36,319. The NASDAQ off 95. The S&P 500 was down 16. Well, it's about 20 after 4 right now, and the sun is already starting to set.
Yeah, we showed you that live picture just a little while ago. That makes some people sad and depressed, but there is something you can do about seasonal affective disorder, also known as SAD.
UW distinguished psychologist Shyla Mergain is with us once again today. Welcome to you.
Hi, Shyla.
Hi, great to be here.
In case people don't know, what is SAD?
SAD, or seasonal affective disorder, is a form of clinical depression that occurs seasonally, typically during the winter months. If people are wondering about, do I have SAD? Am I sad? They can look for 2 criteria. One, are you feeling down or depressed most of the day, nearly every day for at least 2 weeks? Or have you lost interest or pleasure in things that you typically enjoy? And again, that's persisting for 2 weeks. There can be some secondary symptoms like weight or sleep disturbance, fatigue, cognitive impairment like difficulty concentrating or focusing, or just feeling helpless or hopeless or sluggish. And again, we're looking at that occurring seasonally during the winter months primarily.
And if you have any of the symptoms that you just listed, what can people do? There's a lot of different things to fight this, right?
Absolutely. We want to be proactive of really safeguarding our mental health and preventing the winter blues and preventing SAD. Number 1, stay connected. Social isolation is a risk factor for that contributes to depression. Number 2, light therapy. As you mentioned, it's getting dark already here in Wisconsin, and the sun's rays aren't strong enough, and so that can disrupt our circadian rhythm. So get outside on the sunny days. Open up those curtains early morning. Sit and read in front of a window, or even consider light therapy, which I personally use, which is using a box that has a full spectrum light that has 10,000 lux of light that you sit in front of for 10 to more like 20 to 30 minutes in the morning, and that mimics that sunlight, and that can be very helpful in regulating those circadian rhythms that can boost our mood.
Exercise can help, self-care, and there's nothing wrong with getting professional help as well.
Absolutely. Exercise is a great antidepressant. The recommendation is at least 3 times a week of aerobic or resistance training for 30 minutes. Consider vitamin D supplementation. Again, the sun's rays aren't strong enough for us to produce that in enough dosage regularly, so talk to your physician if a prescription would be useful. And if you are struggling with depression, if you're having trouble functioning or considerable distress, reach out to a behavioral health specialist or your physician, because medication and talk therapy are really effective treatments of depression.
And it's a time of year when a lot of things collide. It gets darker earlier, it's getting colder, the holidays are coming, and they can be very stressful, so it's a bad combination of things. This is a live picture. The day is coming to an end.
Yeah, very much so. There's really a cluster of stress, so really prioritize your well-being, get sleep, eat nutritious food, minimize alcohol. Make sure you're doing simple things for your joy that can really boost your mood in these darker, colder days ahead.
Yeah, and it's going to get worse for the next couple of months as the days get shorter and shorter, but then
it gets better.
And it gets better.
Yeah, that's great advice.
Thanks for being with us today.
Thank you, Shyla. Good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
Well, still to come, there's Uber and Uber XL.
How about Uber Triple XL? We'll take you aboard the tank taxi. Is that what your husband drives, Mark?
No, not quite that big.
That's coming up after Julian's First Warn forecast.
Stanley Steamer loves Madison, Wisconsin. I'm Paul Ashik, local owner of Stanley Steamer here in Madison. We've been proudly cleaning your homes and businesses for over 30 years and will continue to keep your carpet, upholstery, area rugs, hard floors, and air ducts clean for many more. We strive to provide the best quality in both the services we provide and the equipment we use. That's why you've trusted us to keep Madison and southwestern Wisconsin homes cleaner, healthier, and more beautiful place to live. Call and book a cleaning today.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner. McGann Furniture in Baraboo reminds you to be sure to ask about delivery options when shopping for new furniture. Because every store is different. Some stores have very specific restrictions, while others charge you an arm and a leg. At McGann's, we take pride in our skilled delivery team, and in most cases, delivery is free. And remember, at McGann's, we don't inflate prices only to mark them down for a sale. Stop in today and discover the difference. You'll be glad you did. McGann Furniture, downtown Baraboo.
To be a thriver with metastatic breast cancer means asking for what we want and need, and we need more time. So we want Qled. Women are living longer than ever before with Qled when taken with an aromatase inhibitor or fulvestrant in postmenopausal women with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer. Qled is a pill that's significantly more effective at delaying disease progression versus an aromatase inhibitor or fulvestrant alone. Qled can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, a severe or worsening rash, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Ask your doctor about living longer with Qled.
I have worked at Huffcore for the last 36 years.
Huffcore closing the plant, moving production to Mexico.
I gave my life and my body to that place. Ron Johnson pushed through a tax law that rewards outsourcing. Companies can bring profits back from Mexico tax-free. And worse, Ron Johnson profited personally from outsourcing. He has doubled his wealth since taking office. Tell Ron Johnson to stop putting his profits above our jobs.
Introducing Oakmont Senior Community in Verona. New luxury apartments for seniors 55 plus. Professionally managed by award-winning Attic Angel Community. Call Brenna today for a tour and reserve your place at Oakmont.
Is your credit score getting in the way of the things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit offer fast and flexible lending. Borrow up to $10,000 and choose repayment terms that work for you. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
Take a look at this. For house hunters looking to get medieval, look no further than this spectacular Connecticut castle that's up for sale. It sports 9 bedrooms, 12 fireplaces, even a moat. But those looking to capture this kingly kingdom better start pinching their pennies. The asking price, a cool $35 million. Like a bargain compared to that tiny house.
You just read my mind. I was just going to say it's like living in Hogwarts. That would be really cool.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
I wonder who built that thing. All right, Julian, we're enjoying the nice weather for now.
And when is the bottom dropping out?
Well, let's not get too into it yet. Let's try to soak it. Let's soak this in. Let's soak in the 50s that we got right now. We're still looking at plenty of good conditions, but we will talk about it coming up in just a minute because we are looking for some changes in the full forecast coming up after the break.
VyTense Golfland now offers 2 indoor golf and multi-sport simulator suites. Play over 100 championship golf courses with unmatched golf swing data and visualization. Or play other sports and games using real sports equipment. The VyTense Golfland simulator suites provides a fun indoor entertainment experience.
Menards Enchanted Forest has been a Christmas tradition for over 60 years. We invite the whole family to come take a stroll and find everything you need to deck the halls. Find that perfect tree to display your ornaments, ribbons, garland, and tree toppers. Create a warm and cozy space with decorative accents and hanging decor. Find it all at Menards Enchanted Forest.
Guys, do you suffer from erectile dysfunction? Now there's great news. Peak Performance for Men will help you regain your performance and confidence naturally. Peak Performance for Men uses an advanced form of acoustic wave therapy, clinically shown to open up and regrow blood vessels, restoring normal and natural functionability where it counts most. There are no needles, no surgery, and best of all, no pain. Call now and receive an ultrasound, your initial consultation, all for free, and over $300 value. Call Peak Performance for Men today.
It's time to get holiday ready with Ford F-Series. America's best-selling trucks. Or with Ford Explorer, America's all-time best-selling SUV. And come home in a Ford Bronco Sport. That's how you get holiday ready. Now, get a 2021 Escape, Edge, or EcoSport with 0% financing for 60 months, plus 1,000 retail bonus cash.
Yes, I saw your national TV ad with Joe in it, and I'm really excited about all those extra benefits and free services you say the government just authorized. It's not available where I live? Wait, read the disclaimer? Who are you people?
National call centers. They're just not the way to go when you can meet with a trusted and knowledgeable Medicare insurance agent from Informed Choice Insurance Agency. Because nobody knows your local hospitals, doctors, and pharmacies like your local Informed Choice Insurance agent.
Vitense Golfland now offers the new Top Tracer mobile system. Track your shots from grass and mat tee areas for free from your cell phone. Record your golf swing with stats provided. Play games like Capture the Flag. Have golf range entertainment fun with Top Tracer at Vitense Golfland.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Welcome back, everyone, and hopefully you've been able to soak up the sun and enjoy those 50s that we've had for today. As we take a look outside of our Skycam, quite a beautiful sunset that we are having, even though they are occurring a little bit earlier. Well, you gotta love having a nice sunset to close out your Tuesday evening. Now, as we take a look at our current conditions as of right now, it is 55 degrees for us, just a bit on the chillier side, thanks to that wind from the north at 10 miles per hour, keeping things a bit cool, but still very comfortable as we're heading into the rest of our evening. And to keep a look on what we stacked up for, usually around this time of year, it's about 48 degrees. So just to compare about how unseasonably warmer or mild it has been, 59 degrees was the high for today is what we recorded up in the airports, and 48 degrees is usually around what it is this time of year. So 11-degree difference is just to show you about just how great these conditions have been, especially as we go into our second week of November. Now, for the rest of this evening, however, those temperatures are going to be taking a nosedive, especially as we approach into about 10 p.m. as we're looking for clearing of our sky cover, but the temperatures are going to be dropping into those 30s very rapidly. As we take a look for tonight, 30 degrees is looking to be our low. Not looking for too much in terms of the wind department, but it will be colder than it was yesterday as we were getting ready for that cold front to make its way into the Madison area. Now, as we take a look for the three things we'll need to know, it is mild today and it will be mild again for tomorrow. But late Wednesday night, we're looking for a system to come in. That's going to be the cold front that's going to be bringing in some showers for us that will carry into our Thursday. And then, of course, we've been kind of talking about it for the past day. Well, we're looking for flurries, our next flakes to really come into our weekend. That's something else we're going to be keeping an eye on. Let's take a look, however. Right now we're dry, have a beautiful sunset for us, but over into the west, some activity is starting to pop up, making its way into the Mountain West, and that is because the systems that we are dealing with. As we check out our surface map as of right now, the cold front that swept through earlier today has left in temperatures into around those 50s. But now we have that high pressure, which is keeping things on the dry side. But the thing that's going to be bringing in those snowflakes for us is going to be the system to the far west. That's going to be that mid-latitude cyclone that's going to be bringing in more precipitation for us, keeping things on the colder side, especially as we head into the weekend, and we'll be bringing in some of our first flakes into the southern Wisconsin area. But for the rest of this evening, we're not going to worry about that. We're just going to be seeing clear conditions for us for tonight. Going to be on the quiet side as we head into Wednesday morning. Still going to be on the chillier side as well. Make sure you have a jacket for Wednesday morning. And then as we go into our Wednesday afternoon, well, that's when we're looking for some activity to start to pop up going into late Wednesday nights and carry into our Thursday and our Thursday noon. Then it's going to be clearing out, drying out, and quieting up as we go into the later part of Thursday, and that's where we're going to be seeing some more of the quieter conditions as we transition to the back end of this week. However, we are looking for some pretty healthy amounts of seeing some rainfall or even some mixtures, especially to the west and for the central areas of southern Wisconsin. And then the other thing that we're going to be talking about is this weekend. Going into this weekend, we are going to be looking at some mixtures and even some snowflakes, especially into the earlier parts of our Sunday. Saturday, going to be on the drier side, but then as we transition to Sunday morning, that's when we're looking for some snowflakes to start to roll into the southern Wisconsin area for us. So we are looking for more activity as we get into the next few days, especially from Thursday into Sunday. Friday can't rule it out as well as seeing some activity for us. But for the next few days, at least we have 50 degrees in our Wednesday and our Thursday forecast. So we'll be early for our Veterans Day, but then for the rest of the weekend, we're going to be back to some wintry-like feels when we're into those 30s for the next few days. And then going into next week, we're going to be seeing those 40s start to warm back up to a little bit more of those cooler conditions. But still, we are going to definitely feel a bit of a taste of winter heading into this weekend, guys.
I've never seen a 90% chance for rain.
Well, you know, that's just how confident we are.
Get your umbrella ready.
Yep.
Thanks, Julian. Well,
hold on a second.
You got to turn your mic back on. There you go.
Sorry about that. Well, there are plenty of taxi services to choose from these days.
But a British man has cornered the market when it comes to heavy lifts.
CBS's Ian Lee from London brings us the tank taxi from London.
It may not be the smoothest ride, but this tank taxi sure looks cool. Merlin Batchelor thinks so, turning heads while he rumbles down the streets of Norwich, England.
They're pure entertainment. You know, as you drive along the street, there's so many people smiling, laughing, pointing.
But let's clear something up. This isn't actually a tank.
Technically, it isn't. It's an armored personnel carrier.
But tank taxi just rolls off the tongue better, and they look similar. So how'd you buy this?
I bought it online, as you do with everything these days.
The purchase and repair set Merlin back about $35,000. Then requests for rides started rolling in.
So first I had neighbors, then friends asking, then friends of friends, and then people I didn't even know asking me, can I take them to, mainly asking about proms.
And that led to Merlin's new side hustle. For about $1,000 a trip, he chauffeurs for weddings and even funerals.
It's pretty much the other woman, to be honest.
For Sam and Tristan, there was no question how they would arrive on their big day.
Wow, when your neighbour buys a tank and your other half spends most of his time with that tank, it's inevitable that you'll go to your wedding in the tank.
And when this baby pulls up to the chapel, folks are bound to talk about the other woman.
I would like a tank. It was so good. It was amazing. Brilliant.
And better, Merlin says, than his regular ride.
No, my other car is just a plain old Honda Civic.
But at least the Civic gets better gas mileage. Ian Lee, CBS News, Norwich, England.
Oh, that's so great.
It is right now.
The other woman, that's funny.
Merlin's only licensed to carry passengers for weddings and funerals. The father of 4 hopes to get another permit to do more events like proms and birthday parties.
Or maybe he could turn it into an Uber.
There you go.
There you go.
No, an Uber has to have 4 doors.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Oh, see? That's good to know.
Coming up next on Live at 4, Consumer Reports helps us figure out what are the best items to buy in November.
And then coming up next hour at 5, our Naomi Coles talked with Madison Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway and business owners about the potential for bus rapid transit on State Street.
Let the design team at Wanakee Furniture ETC help you find your inspiration and transform your room. Every style, every budget, our creativity, passion, and expertise will help you design your dream space.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
Greenwich burn. You try to make them stop it on the counter drop. Those drops you'll see probably won't touch me. I want to stay for the holidays.
If your dry eye symptoms keep coming back,
You may need to target information. What? You may need to target information. No!
over-the-counter eye drops typically work by lubricating the eyes and may provide temporary relief. Xiidra works differently, targeting inflammation that can cause dry eye disease. It can provide lasting relief. Xiidra is the only FDA-approved non-steroid eye drop specifically for the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease. 1 drop in each eye twice a day. Don't use if you are allergic to Xiidra. Common side effects include eye irritation, discomfort or blurred vision when applied to the eye, and unusual taste sensation. Don't touch container tip to your eye or any surface. After using Xiidra, wait 15 minutes before reinserting contacts.
Eyes to relieve, symptoms decrease. Xiidra can bring lasting relief.
This holiday, ask your doctor about Xiidra.
Oof. When I'm up on stage, singing and doing my thing, I feel confident. But nobody feels that way when they're picking a Medicare plan. The good news is Anthem's Medicare specialists are here to help. Just call them today at the number on the screen. They have plans with $0 monthly premiums, as low as $0 copays for prescriptions, dental, vision, and hearing coverage. You gotta take care of those ears, and much more. When you call this number, an Anthem specialist will also tell you about the plans with extra benefits, like free prescription drug delivery and online doctor visits 24/7, free exercise classes, you gotta keep moving, baby, and even money towards over-the-counter health products. All this from the Medicare coverage more doctors trust. Talking with a specialist can help you feel confident that you're making the right choice.
Call 844-575-BLUE. That's 844-575-BLUE.
You just need to call. Don't put it off any longer.
Rest comfortably with brands you can trust at Wanakee Furniture ETC. Create a unique and stylish room with made-in-the-USA products from companies like Smith Brothers of Bern. Select from a wide variety of sofas at a great price.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
Tonight at 5, parents want answers as to how school officials plan to keep their children safe after multiple fights yesterday.
Tomorrow will be mostly cloudy and still mild. A cold front will bring some rain tomorrow night and Thursday morning. Colder weather arrives through the end of the week. My forecast at 5.
And then at 6, we're taking a closer look at all the concerns surrounding the bus rapid transit plan and why they could risk losing federal funding. That's tonight on News 3 Now at 6.
To go to the Bahamas. Look at that.
Boy, that looks fake.
There are perks this time of year, and this is one of them. That is a live look at the sunset over downtown and the UW-Madison campus. Beautiful.
See you tomorrow, son.
Well, with Black Friday and other holiday sales, November is one of the best months to score discounts on just about anything.
But this year's supply chain disruptions have shoppers wondering if they'll be able to find anything, let alone a good deal.
The experts at Consumer Reports say there's one caveat: shop early. Here's our Leah Linscheid.
Supply chain issues or not, November is always a busy month of deals with Black Friday sales. Consumer Reports tracks the prices of many of its top tested products all year long, so it knows exactly when they go on deep discount. Here are top products to look out for in this month's best time to buy.
The most important thing to think about this month is to shop early. The earlier you shop, the more options you're going to have. And if you shop earlier, you'll have less worry about shipping delays.
First up, tablets. CR found the Lenovo Duet Chromebook tablet on sale for just under $250 on Amazon. This Chromebook tablet is one of CR's best top picks for kids because of its parental controls. Next, go big this holiday season with a new 4K TV.
Prices on TVs have gone up a bit this year, so the discounts won't be as big as you might expect around Black Friday. We're going to see the best deals around larger TVs, that's 65-inch TVs and bigger.
The Samsung 75-inch QLED 4K Smart TV is now $1,900 at Best Buy. CR says this family of Samsung QLED 4K TVs have excellent color accuracy, superior deep black levels, and a wide viewing angle. Next, give the gift of mobility and ease with a pair of wireless headphones. The JLab JBuds Air True wireless earbuds are now on sale for $24.49 on Amazon and at Target. This affordable pair of earbuds scores comparably with higher-end brands and even outperforms more expensive models for sound quality. If you plan on hosting for the holidays, you might want to upgrade your vacuum cleaner. The Shark Vertex Ultralight Corded Stick Vac is now $240 at Bed Bath & Beyond and on Amazon. CR says this 2.9-pound vacuum aced its tests for carpets, bare floors, and pet hair. And finally, if anyone you know still doesn't have an air fryer, it's about time they get one as a gift. The Dreo air fryer is now $81 on Amazon. Unlike most air fryers, CR says this model is easy to clean. We hope you have a great start to your holidays. For News 3 Now, this is Leah Linscheid.
Mark says I have to try that air fryer, right?
Yeah.
I have to try that.
I use it every day.
Well, if you're worried about prices dropping, check to see if the retailer has a price match guarantee.
That way, if the price does go down, you might be entitled to a refund of the difference. Well, still to come at 4, Pfizer boosters could soon be available for everyone over 12.
Everyone over 18.
Correction.
Yeah, all adults. UW Health's Dr. Jeff Potoff is with us, as he is every Tuesday, with all the latest vaccine updates. That's when Live at 4 continues. We'll be right back.
For over 40 years, RSVP, the Retired and Senior Volunteer Program, has been enriching lives in Dane County.
Both the Madison Senior Center and RSVP serve older adults and are looking to help older adults stay connected to the community. The RSVP Bus Buddy program brings adults to the Madison Senior Center to participate in events like our Health and Resource Fair.
It's a wonderful feeling because so many of these people were scared to get on a bus. They said, I don't know where to put the money in, I don't know how to catch the bus, I don't know where to go. I had one woman who told me just because I showed her how to get on the bus and go out to Easttown and walk around, she said she felt like she was going to the state fair. And so this was total independence for her, just to go out there and walk around and see people and have a cup of coffee.
Tom, why was it that you wanted to get involved in the Bus Buddy program?
Well, I'm a relatively new resident to Madison here, so I didn't know. I wanted to find out about all the nice places in Madison. I got the Bus Buddy sheet listing where we'd be going. They all sounded absolutely fantastic. I signed up for them all. Take me everywhere. But the one place we went I especially liked was Allen Garden in the university area. It's like a miniature Olbrich. It's the cutest, sweetest, loveliest little garden you ever saw in your life.
Look at the joy that this program brings to people. Thank you so much. RSVP of Dane County, where volunteers make a difference. I'm Emmy Fink, and you're buzzed into Madison.
You know what I'm going to miss most about space?
What's that?
How easy it is to keep up my saving habit. There's nothing to buy up here.
We're making it easier to save on Earth, too. When you open a savings builder account at BMO Harris, you can get a cash reward for every month you save.
Anything to help launch my savings?
Sure. When you open a checking account, we'll give you $200 to kickstart your savings progress.
$200 and a monthly savings reward.
It's a way to save that won't weigh you down. It's a little space humor.
When a bank helps you make real financial progress, that's the BMO effect.
You protected our rights, preserved our freedom. You may have even risked your life for us. Now, it's our turn to fight for you. Your local Wisconsin emergency, energy, and housing assistance providers, and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund reward the service of our veterans with rental and energy support in their time of crisis. Apply today to get the fresh start you've earned.
Well, in the traffic world, we are looking at the westbound of the Beltline really being slowed down again. Not necessarily from an accident like it was yesterday, but it is definitely slowed up as we are into the red. Off of Fish Hatchery as well, we are looking at some slow spots, and a bit eastbound on the Beltline, there are some slow spots as well. Now, as we transition over into the interstates, we are looking at all green, but if you're going from Janeville to the Beltline, 25 minutes, Sauk City to Middleton, 16 minutes, and Sun Prairie to downtown is 19 minutes as of right now. That's going to do it for traffic. Let's send it over to you guys.
All right, Julian, thank you. Do you want to get a jump start on your holiday shopping? At an auction in Geneva next week, a diamond bracelet that once belonged to France's Queen Marie Antoinette and a sapphire and diamond brooch with matching ear clips that once dangled from a Russia Grand Duchess are among the featured items going under the auction block next week. Also up for auction is a pair of high-top sneakers from the late NBA star Kobe Bryant. The blue, white, and gold Nike Air Zoom Huarache 2K4 basketball shoes are expected to fetch up to $38,000.
Wow. We got that right there, Justin, the name of it?
Yeah, Huarache.
Okay, thank you. He's our sneaker expert. The push to vaccinate kids could help families get together this holiday season.
Yep, and Pfizer is looking at expanding who qualifies for booster shots, seeking emergency use authorization today for all adults, anyone 18 and above.
As usual, lots to talk about with UW Chief Health Quality Officer, Dr. Jeff Potoff. Welcome back.
Hey, Dr. Potoff, good to see you.
Good to see you guys again.
So this still has to get approval from the FDA and the CDC, the boosters for 18 and up.
Absolutely. I think we're getting used to this kind of process now where the company says, hey, we've got this data. It looks like it's pretty good. It goes to the FDA. It goes to the Advisory Committee on Immunization Practice. And then after all those steps, it's possible that we could see more widespread distribution of booster doses.
Do you have any idea what the timeline would look like?
I think you're probably looking at least, a few more weeks right now. They'll debate this data. The benefit of the boosters and the folks that are currently eligible, the data's much better as far as that's who we see breakthrough cases in and things like that. But there would be incremental improvement if we did give booster doses to folks after that 6-month period of time where we start to see those really high efficacy numbers in the 90% start to drop down into the 80-70% range.
But it's really worth getting the booster if you've had 2 doses.
Absolutely. There is a study out there now out of Israel. Again, they got that huge health database that looks at the effectiveness of the boosters, and it is pretty remarkable. It truly is a booster. It brings you kind of right back up to where you were after you got your initial series.
And the J&J, you can go to the Moderna or Pfizer.
Yeah, I think, what they're trying to do is they're trying to make it less complicated for folks. And we know that if you mix and match boosters, it's safe. It looks like, if anything, maybe there's some advantage to mixing and matching. It doesn't look like there's any drawbacks to mixing and matching. So instead of having to try to figure out which pharmacy has your Johnson & Johnson or your Moderna or your Pfizer and that it's in stock on the day that you go in and get it, you can pretty much just find a place that offers the booster and not worry so much about the details about which manufacturer it came from.
Well, that's good. That takes some stress out of it. The vaccine is available now for children under 12, and a lot of kids have already received their first shot. What has the demand been like at UW Health?
This is interesting because we've heard about these studies that said, hey, parents aren't maybe all that interested. They want to wait. That is not the story in Dane County. So looking at the different health systems in town, whether it's GHC, who maxed out their vaccination clinic last weekend, SSM has had some school vaccination clinics vaccinating yesterday and today over 800 kids in the Wanakee area. UW Health vaccination appointments going quickly, and talking to a lot of parents who are really looking anywhere within the county and outside the county to get their kids vaccinated, which is just a really wonderful thing to see.
And speaking of Wanakee, we're looking at the video. You were there yesterday with us, 2 very special patients for you.
It was really special for me. I mean, you guys can imagine it's been a rough year and a half, sleepless nights, wondering what's going to happen. And I think anyone who's a parent really resonates with this idea that we just want to keep our kids safe. We want to protect them. And that wasn't always so easy as we went through this pandemic. So being able to give Natalie and Nora their first dose of that vaccine.
Your children.
These are your 2 daughters.
My 2 girls.
Yeah.
That was just a special moment. I mean, it's just that sigh of relief that we're getting there. We're almost there. They're going to be safe. They can get more back to normal. And they were just so tickled to get it, which wasn't what I was expecting after giving them a shot.
It's the only time we've ever heard kids say, I'm so excited to get a shot.
Right, yeah, it's really bizarre.
Because normally they're so afraid of that.
And they have to get the second one in 3 weeks, 21 days?
So they'll get it on the 29th, and then, 10, 14 days after that, they're going to have really high immunity against COVID-19, which is just really great.
Is this really turning a big corner?
I think so. The last couple of days, our numbers in the state have gone up just a little bit. So there's that, hope it's just some variation. But, things are looking okay. We've got more folks getting vaccinated. We're getting those 5 to 11-year-olds vaccinated. It just feels really good right now. Like maybe this is the last time that, we'll have to talk about this every single week. But winter's coming. We'll have to see how things go.
Yes.
It's not a sure thing yet. But, the more folks we get vaccinated, especially those 5 to 11-year-olds right now, the more likely it is that we can kind of have this go away here in a couple months.
Is herd immunity still on the table? Are we still having that discussion?
I don't think we'll get to herd immunity in the sense that so many people will be vaccinated that even those who are unvaccinated don't have to worry about it. Delta changed that for us with how contagious it was. It upped that number of folks who had to be vaccinated into the 80% range in order to not have that be able to bounce around the unvaccinated. But I do think what we will do is have, low levels of COVID. The unvaccinated will be most at risk. The rest of us will get occasional boosters and should be pretty well protected from it. So I see a future where this is not going to be as big of a deal as it was for the last 2 years.
The girls get ice cream?
Yeah, okay. Culver's, of course.
All right. Of course.
Yes, of course.
Doctor, thanks for being with us again.
Great to see you.
Next week.
See you next week.
And we'll have a final check of your forecast coming up.
It's time to get holiday ready with Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks. Or with Ford Explorer, America's all-time best-selling SUV. And come home in a Ford Bronco Sport. That's how you get holiday ready. Now, get a 2021 Escape, Edge, or EcoSport with 0% financing for 60 months, plus $1,000 retail bonus cash.
As
helps you remodel. Don't toss your cabinets and appliances. Donate to Habitat Restore. Give your items a second life while proceeds build Habitat for Humanity homes. Donate today. Habitat Restore, Dane County.
Feeling trapped by your expensive cell phone plan? Here's the key. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Keep your phone and number with the same great coverage as the big carriers. Escape to a no-contract $20 a month plan with talk, text, and data. It's easy to connect. With our award-winning customer support team, no sleight of hand is required. Call, go online, or visit Target to get your new SIM card or phone today.
Guys, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction, Peak Performance for Men has a natural solution that can help you today. That's right. Stop wasting money on pill after pill that just masks your ED. Fix it for good. We can make the difference. Call Peak Performance for Men today.
Is your credit score getting in the way of things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit help you borrow up to $10,000. So check your eligibility on netcredit.com today without affecting your credit score. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
Tonight at 5, some Madison East parents kept their students home after multiple fights at the school yesterday. Now they're looking for answers on how the school plans to keep their kids safe. We have the email the district sent to parents at 5.
They lost their cafe to the COVID pandemic, but a Barneveld couple refused to abandon their community.
We'll just come in and feed people.
And no one has to pay a penny. Susan Simons shows you how they're doing it. Thursday on News 3 Now at 6.
Well, we're going to be having an active last part of this work week coming up. Meteorologist Gary Canolti will have all the details on what you need to know coming up at 5.